outside. Ball 1. In there. That's strike 1. So a good pitch to come back and even out the count. Swung on, and that's strike 2. And I also let go of the bat. Must not have the best grip on there. So 1 ball, 2 strike here on the board here with 2 outs. Goes outside that time. Ball 2. So even 2-2 count here with Ali Fleck in the batter's box. That one down low. And that's going to load up the count. 3-2. And the pitch, the throw there from home behind the plate, a little too low, as it was ball 4 anyways. So now the base is loaded, bringing up Brooklyn Moon, number 7. She's the catcher for the Lady Tigers. Down low for ball 1. 1 ball, no strike. Swung on out in the left, and I think it goes just foul. Does indeed. Bases were probably about to be cleared until that ball decided to go foul. So 1 ball, 1 strike. Here, too high. Two ball, 1 strike. That one in there for ball 3. Three ball, 1 strike. And that's ball 4. That's going to bring a run across for the quick 1-0 lead. And now you have number 13, Alexis Rosano. She plays third base. In there, strike 1. The 0-1, a little too high that time. Goes a little upstairs. Ball 1. One ball, 1 strike. Up high again for ball 2. Two ball, 1 strike. Swung on, it's just popped up high into center field. Hauled in for out number 3. So 1 run comes across for the Lady Tigers as we get ready for the bottom half of the first inning. We'll come back on the Game Time Sports Network. And we welcome you back here on the Game Time Sports Network. Grant Moore with you here today. A beautiful day to play softball, I might add, as we have a strike called. Tankersley actually got put out, and so she will be retired. And we have 1 ball and 1 strike here on this Lady Cougar batter. And that pitch a little too high that time. That one's upstairs and goes for ball 2. That one outside, ball 3. 3 ball, 1 strike here in the count. This one popped up in the infield and hauled in by the third baseman, Alexis Rosano. And now the next batter. Lady Cougars trail by 1. This one in between the gap there between third and short, and it's a single. A single for the Lady Cougars. And here comes Jaylee Young, the third baseman. Lets that pitch go by for ball 1. This one. Two outs on the board here in the bottom of the first. That one in there for strike 1. One ball, 1 strike. Sent it. Yeah, it goes foul. Here's the full count pitch. Swung on. And I think Young may have got and when I say about the tiniest piece of that ball, I mean the tiniest piece. So the full count pitch. Swung on, fouls it away. Three ball, 2 strike. Too high, and that's going to be a walk. Jaylee Young takes first. And now we have 2 games today. The next game is primed for a 2 p.m. start. But, you know, hey, you're never guaranteed. The 0-1 swung on, and it goes foul. Just foul. Barely outside the line there. A shot into left field, and it goes just foul. Like I said, Grant Moore with you here today for the Game Time Sports Network. 1 ball, or no ball, 1 strike. Here is this one. That one goes way outside. Pitcher for Chattanooga State right now, Kaylee Kilgore. She's the one on the mound. And it's 1 ball, 2 strike. Here's this pitch. Swung on and gets the strikeout. So that will end the bottom of the first. We get ready. Hear more on the Game Time Sports Network when we come back for the top of the second. We'll take a quick break. And we welcome you back here on the Game Time Sports Network. Grant Moore with you here. It's a quick 1-0 lead for Chattanooga State, the Lady Tigers. And just, you know, short little road trip, about 25, 30 minutes up the road here to Cleveland. And it's a quick 0-1. Here is number 28, Taylor Sherwood. She's the one at the dish for the Lady Tigers. That pitch goes a little too high there. Sierra Howard is in the center circle for the Lady Cougars here today. This one grounded over to third, but it goes foul. Young ready to make the play. The 1 ball, 2 strikes here. Grounded for another foul. 2 ball, 2 strikes. It's a little too high that time. This one, ball 4. As they will take the base, and Kennedy Hedrick will be the one stepping up to bat here. Seeing her first go around today. This one, ball 1. One ball, no strike here. Swung on, foul behind the plate. Had to step out real quick and steps back in. Goes bunt and out over at first, but it does advance the runner, so the sacrifice bunt there. And that does bring the first out. Howard. One ball, no strike. And it's number 8, Salem Odell. Hits this one. It's a good hit into left field. And Sherwood thought about rounding third and trying to go home. She does not, but a double for Odell, and she advances Sherwood to third, and it brings up Cameron Radley. One ball, no strike here. Just one out. A little too high that time. Two ball, no strike. This one popped up and gets down right behind second. Sherwood will come home. And safe at second. They try to get Odell at third. Didn't happen. Try to get Radley at second. Couldn't get there in time. Here's Howard delivering here. Tries to go bunt. And got her. Oh, what a beautiful double play. You gotta be kidding me. And just allowing the one run. And that'll put us for the bottom of the second here on the Game Time Sports Network. And we welcome you back here to the Game Time Sports Network as the Lady Cougars back up to bat in the bottom of the second. Chat State putting up a run apiece in the first and second of the top half of those innings. So Cleveland State looks to match that. Good pitch inside. Like I said, in the center circle, it's Kaylee Kilgore for the Lady Tigers. She's from South Pittsburgh, Tennessee. This one hit. It's deep. It's back there. It's gone. And a solo shot for the Lady Cougars out into left field. Got a hold of it. And that, I believe, was the catcher, typically the catcher, Ella Blancett, who just hit a home run shot there. And now, that will bring up, I believe, Giselle Tankersley. Or no, excuse me. It's the second baseman. It's number 16 for the Lady Cougars. Miley Howard from Rossville, Georgia. Went to Lakeview Fort Oglethorpe High School. And she looks at that pitch for strike one. Little inside as so the 0-1 pitch swung on, fouls behind the plate. And the Lady Tigers, they are, that ball goes foul. They're 18-2 at home, but they are 17-3 in the conference. They are 0-13 at neutral site. The Lady Tigers are, but they are 24-22 overall. They play some tough teams, I believe. Here's this one fouled away in right field. A lot of schools that are completely away from here. The whole month of February, pretty much, were all losses for the Lady Tigers. And last two, Lakeland College, 2 wins there, 5-0 and 2-0 as Howard goes down. And get that home run there up on that scoreboard. Month of March was a little better for the Lady Tigers. We're kind of running through the schedule. And Lady Tigers, this one hit into right field. Gets down for a single. There it was. Number 55, Destiny Jensen. She was the one who knocked that one down. And now you have number 4, Layla Perry. So far, the Lady Tigers undefeated here in the month of April. And they play, this is kind of funny. They play Cleveland State today. Currently, this is the game going on. And then they play the doubleheader. It's the doubleheader today. And then Cleveland State turns around and drives back over to Chat State to play them. That one, ball one. Get you a little bit of information on Kaylee Kilgore. She, in high school, she's 4-time All-District, 2-time All-State. So, very good. That one stayed fair. And Perry has an infield single that advances Jensen to second. Here in this 2-1 ball game. Pull up some of the stats for this pitch. Swung on. It was a high pitch, but it was swung on anyways. Gets down in the outfield. Jensen is going to come across. Ties the game. Perry goes to third. It's a double for the Lady Cougars. And now this game is all tied. Kilgore sends that one, goes bunt, and pops it up. And that will bring up out number 2. Keeps the runners in check there. That was number 22, Mylan Pemberton, who tried to get that infield bunt single. And now you bring up Lily Griffiths. Swings on this one. I think that one's going to go straight, and it does. Into left field to Kennedy Hedrick, who hauls that one in for out number 3. But Cleveland State not going away without a fight. Tying the game here in the bottom of the second. So we got a fun ball game on our hands where we're tied at 2 apiece here on the Game Time Sports Network. We'll come right back. We welcome you back here on the Game Time Sports Network, where we bring up the top of the third. This pitch outside, it's Haley Ueberith, who is in up on the dish. She is batting, some would just call this okay, but she is batting .418. Which is, yeah, that's actually insanely good. So she sees the ball pretty well. And I'll tell you that she sees the ball pretty well. 21 homers on the year with 57 RBIs. She has struck out 34 times. This one outside, ball 3. So far, 3 pitches, 3 balls for Howard. And yeah, so Ueberith, who leads the team in strikeouts, but she swings a lot, but her slugging percentage is at .997, so she knows how to hit it. But the leading, oh sorry, .431. I was looking at Hannah Garner, and Ueberith puts this one up, and Heidi Johnson, the shortstop, pulls it in. Here is number 15, Layla Turner. Turner, she's batting a .303. Looks at that one for ball one. So one ball with one out. Swung on, takes the cut, and misses. One ball, one strike. Swung on again. Two swings, two misses. One ball, two strike. Outside, ball two. Two balls, two strikes. This one popped up deep, and that one is gone. Go ahead and add it. Layla Turner with home run number 13 on the year. And now here comes number 23, Allie Fleck. She's batting a .344. She has 7 home runs on the year, 26 ribbies. She looks at that ball for ball one. One ball, no strike. And that one catches the inside edge, or the outside edge. And for strike one. That one. Ball two. Two ball, one strike. Outside again, ball three. Three ball, two strike, as we go to give you an update here on that is going to be ball four. That'll take the walk. Give you an update here on the pitching for Howard this year. She is, as soon as I find it, Sierra Howard. She's given up a 4.18 ERA, so about 4 earned runs a game. Swung on, missed. Brooklyn Moon coming up empty on the cut there. She is the catcher for the Lady Tigers, and she's batting a .287 on the year. Howard fires that one a little too high that time. But Howard, she has 44 strikeouts on the year. She's only given up 4 home runs. She is the main pitcher. She is typically the starting pitcher, so she has given up 64 runs on the year. And she's pitched 72 innings across her 17 appearances. 2 ball, 1 strike here with 1 out. The runner on for the Lady Tigers over at first. This one hit in the outfield between right and center. Gets down over to the fence. It's going to be a double, and that's going to be a run across and increase the lead by 2, 4-run to 2 here. Now for the Lady Tigers. And now here comes Alexis Rosano, batting a .356. She has 16 RBIs to 4 home runs. And she also has 2 triples. That one swung on, missed. Strike 1. Rosano also has 10 doubles, 36 hits on the year. That one upstairs. One ball, one strike. Swung on. That one, strike 2. Comes up empty. One ball, 2 strike with 1 out. Goes down looking. Strike 3, Howard, with some quality pitching there as she strikes out Rosano. Here's this pitch here. Goes up high. Sherwood, the one at the dish. She's the designated player, but would play third base if she were to be out in the field. Sherwood batting a .313 average on the year. Chat State as a whole batting a .340 as a team, so they can hit the ball well. That one too high again. That's 3 pitches, 3 balls, and almost getting caught in the rundown is Moon, who's over at second. She's been there for a while. As we have the standings here for the conference inside, and Sherwood is going to go over to first after the 4-pitch walk. Volunteer State is leading the conference in hitting. Chattanooga State is second in the conference overall with a 17-3 record. Volunteer State 38-12 on the year, has had a heck of a season. Following up is Walter State behind Chat, and then Dyersburg right there behind Walters, Roan State, Jackson, and then Cleveland State here, 7-13 on the year, but have won some quality games as they defeated Pellissippi last week, or no, excuse me. I don't want to get this wrong and mess this up. Or in April, Motlow State last week. Ball 2, the count's all even. Swung on, grounded to second, and sent over to first for the final put out there for the third out. So Chat State puts up 2 runs here in the third inning. So we'll get ready for the bottom of the third when we come back here on the Game Time Sports Network. And we welcome you back here on the Game Time Sports Network as the Cleveland State Lady Cougars, they trail by 2 runs, but nothing that they can't come back from. Only a 2-run lead for the Chattanooga State Lady Tigers as it is a 4-2 ball game. Here in the bottom of the third, so still plenty of time to, and really more than enough game to play to mount this and close this 2-run deficit. That ball, 2 balls, 2 pitches, and they're both balls. Both were in the ground. So 2 ball, no strike, and in there, a good pitch. Drops into the strike zone for strike 1. So last week it was Motlow State. That game was actually supposed, the doubleheader against Motlow State was actually supposed to be played on the 4th. Got moved to the 3rd for some rain that I believe never came. And so those games, but Cleveland State won both those games 5-4 and 3-1. So that's where we stand. Columbia State bringing out the rear there in as Young gets walked and will go to first. Here is Heidi Johnson, the shortstop for the Lady Cougars. Pull back up the statistics here for Heidi Johnson. Looks at that pitch, takes it for strike 1. Heidi Johnson, she's batting .320. She's second on the team. Tankersley batting .357. Lily Griffiths .310. Jayla Young .289. This one hit. This is going to go foul over there. So that's going to bring up the 0-2 count there. No ball, 2 strike here. Johnson is behind in the count. This one gets through the gap. A little bit of a sharp one that took a bit of a skip there in the dirt. And Johnson will be safe over at first. Cleveland State rocking the blue uniforms and rocking some pink socks. Chat State all orange with some socks with the Chattanooga State colors, the striped socks. Kilgore getting the call. Ella Blancett, she's the one who hammered that home run out into left field. Looks at that pitch. Ball 1 inside. 1 ball, no strike. That one in there. That's a strike 1 right there. So a runner on, 2 runners on, 1 at second, 1 at first. 1 in scoring position. It's Young who advanced on that sharply hit ball there between 3rd and short from Heidi Johnson. That one too high. Ball 2. Two ball, 1 strike on the board here. In there. That one catches the inside edge for strike 2. They count all even. Blancett is batting at .260 on the year. Swings on that one. That pitch was a little inside, and she took the swing on it. Made the contact, but it goes foul. Two ball, two strike. Swung on. This one goes foul. I think that one kind of caught the short end of the bat. Bystander almost caught that ball. And if we were at a Savannah Bananas game, had he caught it, Blancett would have been out. Two ball, two strike. Count stayed all even. So this one, that time, Blancett taking a cut at a high pitch there that would have loaded the count had she not swung. She fouls it away. That one too high again. And that will load the count all full. That one fouled away. Blancett staying alive here. No outs on the board for Cleveland State, so they still have a lot of options for like any kind of sacrifice play. Swung on, it goes foul, and lands right here in front of the press box. That ball had like some backspin on it, kind of hung there for a little bit, and finally came over the fence. Glad nobody was hit, I believe. So now the count, the at bat extended for a lot of pitches here. So 3 ball, 2 strike. Swung on again, fouls it away. Like I said, there's no outs for Cleveland State, so they have a lot of options here. I don't know if Coach Carroll just told Blancett, hey, man, just keep swinging. Be smart and keep swinging. I mean, she is ahead in the count 3-2, so she has watched some pitches. She's battled on some pitches. She's fouled off a lot of pitches. And that one did hit Blancett, but I think that will load the bases. And head coach wants a word there. I think they were trying to say that Blancett because Blancett did get hit. That's a given. But I think they were trying to say that Blancett leaned into it. But a good battle there from Blancett on the at-bat. And now you have Miley Howard, who she's batting .256 on the year. She has the bases loaded. So Cleveland State with a lot of options open. Watches that one go by for strike one. No ball, 1 strike. Nice little breeze going here on the warmer day. 0-1 in there now. That becomes 0-2. Kilgore finding the zone twice. No ball, 2 strikes. Swung on. Gets between third and short. And that will keep the bases loaded as it was the shallow left field there. But it does bring Jayla Young across the dish there to close this lead to a 1-run deficit. And now, Destiny Jensen. She will step up to the dish. Bases loaded. Blants it over at first. Johnson's at third. Excuse me, Howard at first. Blanchett's at second. Johnson's at third. I was mixing up my players. Cleveland State, they all wear white helmets. 1 ball, no strike. Here with Jensen at the dish. Looks at that one. Ball 2. Swung on, it's popped up, it hauled in by the shortstop. The center fielder and the second baseman and the shortstop, all for Chattanooga State, going towards that ball. Center fielder probably could have just stayed there. I think the second baseman and the shortstop had it covered. So now Layla Perry, she reached first on an infield bunt, on an infield single. And that will, first pitch goes for ball 1. Here is Layla Perry. She has the bases loaded with 1 out on the board. So an opportunity for the sacrifice play. Swung on. And that'll be strike 1. Perry swinging and missing. One ball, 1 strike. In. That's strike 2. That time Perry just looking at that pitch. Didn't like that it was a little outside, but it caught the edge there. Too high, ball 2. Evens out the count again. And that one, ball 3. So now the count all full. I'll give you some statistics for Kilgore as she's been pitching today. She has 76 strikeouts on the year, so she's pitched pretty well, and she walked, and that's going to tie this ball game at 4 apiece. And Kilgore only gives up a 1.97 ERA, so allowing right under 2 runs a game. Hannah Garner would be next. She's given up a 1.67 ERA. And now, Tankersley up to bat. She almost got hit by the pitch. I think she was trying to slap there. One ball, no strike. Tankersley thought about that one, saw it was too low, held off. Ball 2. The 2-0 pitch. That one in there for strike 1. Two ball, 1 strike. This one swung on. It's going to go foul. Kilgore, she's pitched 74.2 innings. This one goes foul as well. 2 ball, 2 strike. This one fouls behind the plate. Tankersley staying alive. I'll tell you what, Tankersley, 357 on the year. She's only struck out 16 times, 12 extra base hits, and only 1 home run on the year. But Jayla Young and Ella Blancett and Destiny Jensen have her back in that department with 3 home runs for Blancett and Young. Well, I guess 4 home runs for Blancett now. And Destiny Jensen has 6 on the year. So 3 ball, 2 strike. Swung on, I think that was fouled. Yeah, Tankersley got a little bit of that pitch there. It wasn't by much, but it was just enough for it to be called foul. Swung on, goes foul again. Three ball, 2 strike. Swung on, fouls it again. That time, right behind the dish. Here in the bottom of the third. Swung on, fouls it away again. You got to wonder at what point that, or what kind of pitch that you can give the batter that she'll either chase one or swing one and miss or force an outcome. Swung on, dribbled over to second, prevents the run at home for the second out, and honestly a good decision there. And a good battle from Tankersley with the bases stay loaded, but a force out anywhere as Pemberton's the one stepping in. Pemberton, she's 247 on the year for a batting average. Kilgore sends that one, strike 1. The 0-1. Strike 2 called. (0-2). Now Pemberton's going to have to battle back into the count, so tough task ahead. Down low. And that's going to be ball 1. Runners hold off. One ball, 2 strike. Swung on, missed, and Kilgore gets out of the jam there. But Cleveland State tying it up there in the bottom of the third with 2 runs to make the game and keeps the game interesting at 4 apiece. So we'll come back here on the Game Time Sports Network. We welcome you back here on the Game Time Sports Network. At the start of the top of the 4th, that 3rd inning, taking a lot of time as Howard delivers that pitch for ball 1. That one. Ball 2. Pitch was outside. Two ball, no strike. That one in there. Oh, good pitch there from Howard for strike 1. Two ball, one strike. Swung on. That's foul. So the count all even now. Two ball, two strike. That one. Full count now. Swung on, grounded to second, and sent to first. The 4-3 put out. So quick first out there. And here comes number 1, Cameron Radley. In ball 1, Radley, 364 on the year. She's been walked 17 times. She's only struck out 10 times. And she has 2 home runs. She's got 38 RBIs to her name as well. So 1-1. That one way outside there. Ball 2. This one, no foul. Two ball, two strike. Grounded over to third. Young sends it for out number 2. Jayla Young, the 5'3", put out there. And that now brings up Hallie Ueberth. And that one goes outside. Hallie Ueberth, who has 21 home runs on the year. One ball on her. 2 outs. Swung on, and it is hauled in for out number 3. The center fielder, Pemberton, hauling it in for out number 3. That will bring us to the end of the top half of the 4th. No runs for Chat State there as we get ready for the bottom of the 4th when we come back here on the Game Time Sports Network. And we welcome you back here on the Game Time Sports Network. Here you have Lily Griffiths, who's batting .310 on the year. She's leading off the bottom of the 4th for the Lady Cougars. And Kaylee Kilgore still in the center circle. So delivers that one. Ball 1. The 1-0 pitch. Swung on. That's going to be strike 1. One ball, 1 strike. Swung on. It's popped up. Goes foul, though. The 1 ball and 2 strike. And Griffiths wants time real quick. That one too high, upstairs. This one goes foul. Third baseman Alexis Rosano couldn't get to it. Here's this one. That one outside, upstairs. Ball 3. The full count. 3 ball, 2 strike. And Griffiths wants time again. Steps back in, swings. That one goes foul behind the plate. That will extend the at-bat. Three ball, 2 strike. This one grounded over for a foul ball. Three ball, 2 strike. This one fouls away. The at-bat stays alive. Down low, ball 4. This one gets over the shortstop's head, and that'll advance Griffiths and Jayla Young with a single. And now Heidi Johnson, the shortstop, who's batting the .320 on the year. And a quick word from the umpire, from the coach. Coaches want to have words. And we are going to get a new pitcher. Kilgore seeing her duties relieved for at least the rest of this game. And now it brings in, it was number 22. That is Shelby Buffington, giving up just a 3.09 ERA. She has struck out 31 batters. She's given up she's walked 15. And she's given up 23 runs. Or no, excuse me. 19 earned runs. So she's the one warming up. We'll get some information about Miss Shelby Buffington here. And every game that Buffington is pretty good. So she's the one in there, strike one. So she delivers a strike, her first pitch against Johnson. No outs on the board for Cleveland State, by the way. And they got a runner in scoring position. Jelly Young over at first. That one Saying Johnson did go to try to bunt. So that'll be strike 2. No ball, 2 strike. Swung on, almost hauled in by Rossano over at third on the line, but couldn't get out there quick enough. It did go foul, though, so Johnson stays alive. This one popped up and gets down into shallow right. And that'll be a single for Johnson, who loads the bases with that hit. And it brings up Ella Blancett. So the base is loaded with no outs. The go-ahead run at third. That one in there, strike 1. No outs here in the bottom of the 4th. That one goes, ball 1. This one fouled behind the plate for, that'll be strike 2 though, and one ball, 2 strike. That one down low and outside for ball 2. Counts all even. Two ball, 2 strike. It goes outside for ball 3. The full count with no outs. Swung on, fouls it. Goes over to the Lady Cougar dugout. Swung on again, fouls it. Three ball, 2 strike. That one draws the walk. It'll keep the bases loaded, but Cleveland State will go up by a run. And now it brings in Miley Howard. She's the second baseman. She's a freshman. Swung on, takes the cut, strike 1. Still no outs here for Cleveland State. They have a lot of options. You got 2 in scoring position, 1 over at first. Swung on, gets through. Young will come across. And sliding in, 2 runs come home. And that will keep this inning alive. And now it brings in Jensen, who could homer. She has 6 on the year. She does lead the team for the Lady Cougars. Goes outside, ball 1. That one goes inside, but it doesn't catch the zone. Ball 2. Two ball, no strike. And Jensen calls time real quick. Just making sure she's got her bearings about her. That one, she fouls into the ground over by the Chattanooga State dugout. Swung on, misses it, and Blancett comes across. And now you have runners on the corners. Here still with no outs. And now Layla Perry with a lot of options. This one grounded over to short. Can't haul it in. And that will bring another run across. And that is an error for the Lady Tigers again. And now Tankersley, who leads this Lady Cougars team in batting average with no outs. In there, strike 1. No ball, 1 strike. Swings it, gets up the middle into center field. And they're going to try, and another run comes home. Jensen, the one coming across, and now Pemberton will step in. And now Pemberton here with no outs in the bottom of the 4th, where it's 10-4. Pemberton, that one too high. That one inside. Doesn't catch the zone. Ball 2. It's been a 6-run inning for Cleveland State. Down low, ball 3. Runner on second and a runner on first. If this ends up being a walk, the bases will be loaded again. In! That one's a strike. That was a good pitch there. That one, strike 2. Good job by Buffington to get back in it, delivering 2 strikes there in a row. But now the count all full. Swung on. It's going to get down into shallow left. Perry's not going to go home, but the base is loaded either way. Still with no outs here. And now Griffiths is the one stepping in. 10-4 ball game. In there. That's strike 1. There's the other pitch. Griffiths actually got a little bit of that ball. Safe at home. Griffiths safe over at first. And what should have been a routine play. Perry beats the throw home. And that brings Jayla Young to the dish, and the bases are still loaded. Pitch goes outside, ball 1. One ball, no strike. That one delivered for strike 1. One ball, one strike, a count that's all even, with no outs either. Swung on into center, and the tag up. Throw on the way. It's going to come across anyways. But one out nonetheless. But a run still comes across. And Cleveland State has opened this game up to an 8-run lead. One out on the board. Swung on. Johnson fouls it. We're still in the bottom of the 4th, if anyone is wondering. That one in there, strike 2, after the first pitch was fouled off. No ball, 2 strike. Too high, ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strike, and Johnson holds off there for ball 2. Two ball, 2 strike. Count, all even. 1 out. Johnson, a line, fouls it away. This one popped up into right field and hauled in on the run, and that'll be out number 2. And if there's a time to get an out now, Chattanooga State needs it because this 8-run inning has proven to be very brutal. As Ella Blancett, who hit a home run earlier with a runner in scoring position at second, she has a chance to possibly increase this lead here. That one outside for ball 1. That one, ball 2, a little upstairs that time. Two ball, no strike, and Blancett. Try to catch that one that was inside. Fouls it away. Two ball, 1 strike, and down low, ball 3. Three ball, 1 strike. Swung, fouls it away into some bleachers. Full count. This one hit into center and hauls it in. So Chat State finally gets out of the inning, but not before a 8-run inning from Cleveland State that puts them up 12-4. So we'll step aside for a little bit here on the Game Time Sports Network. Welcome back to the Game Time Sports Network. And that pitch for ball one. At the dish is Layla Turner. Here in the top of the fifth, where Cleveland State leads 12-4 after a big 8-run inning there in the fourth. That one in there, strike one. 1 ball, 1 strike. In there, strike two. Howard finding the zone twice there. That one, high, ball one, or no, ball two, excuse me. Two count, and upstairs for ball three. Here's this pitch outside, ball four, and that'll be a walk. Three ball. Sorry, no ball. This is a new batter. That one outside. And safe over at second, so a stolen base. Allie Fleck, she's the one who is up at the plate, and she is... This one hit deep, and it is gone for a home run, as that'll be a 2-run shot. That'll clear the bases, and it cuts the lead to 6. Allie Fleck, I was going to say that she was batting .344 on the year, and guess what? She adds a home run to her resume, number 8 on the year for Allie Fleck. Coach Carroll talking to her pitcher, Howard. Ball one. Swung on and goes into a fenced area. So after the 2-run shot, it brings up Brooklyn Moon, who looks at that one for ball two. Brooklyn Moon, she's batting .287 on the year. She's got 1 home run. She has 19 RBIs. She's struck out 17 times. This one does not get down. Miley Howard pulling it in for out number 1. 1 ball, no strike there. Down low inside, ball 2. Rosano, the one at the dish. Swung on, strike 1. Two ball, 1 strike. Down low that time, ball 3. Three ball, 1 strike. Down low, ball 4, and that will put a runner on at first. And now it is Sherwood. She has 1 out on the board, so she can work with any kind of sacrifice play. Oh, 1, too high that time. That'll even the count, ball 1. 1-1 pitch, and strike 2. One ball, 2 strike. Throw over to second, a little too off the mark, but it's a strikeout nonetheless for Howard, as Sherwood will be retired there for out number 2. And here comes Kennedy Hedrick, who that one down low. That's ball 1. That one swung on, missed, strike 1. One ball, 1 strike. Down low. And not going to be in time. Throw a little off the mark. It will advance the runner to third. But 2 outs. 2 balls, 1 strike. Upstairs, ball 3. Three ball, 1 strike. Oh, and strike 2. As Hedrick thought she had ball 4, went to go take the base, and the umpire said no, that was strike 2. You got to get back. So the full count, 3 ball, 2 strike. Swung on, grounded over to short. Johnson can't reel it in. That'll bring the runner home, and Hedrick will have a base occupied. Three ball, two strike. One ball on that pitch. 12-7 now. Chattanooga State looking to close the gap. Oh, close pitch there as Salem Odell had to move and get out the way there as that pitch was very close to hitting her in the upper body almost. Almost got her in the face. Sent over to first for out number 3. But Chat State does put 3 runs on the board to close this deficit to 5 as it's 12-7. So we'll come back here on the Game Time Sports Network for the bottom of the 5th when we return. Welcome back here on the Game Time Sports Network, where the Cleveland State Lady Cougars, they lead the Chattanooga State Lady Tigers here 12-7 in the bottom of the 5th, where this pitch is swung on gets down for a single, and it's actually a new pitcher up for the Lady Tigers. It's number 17. Ashley Coble, and she has a 1.85 ERA with 72 innings pitched. She has 65 strikeouts, second on the team. So Chat State hoping that she can deliver. That is ball 2 with a runner on over at first. That one down low, ball 3. Three ball, no strike. Down low. So now that'll be 2 runners on. Howard will be at second. Perry stepping up to bat here with no outs. This one fouled on the bunt. Stepping back in, Perry awaits the pitch from Coble. Bunts again, goes foul again. In there, strike 3. So Perry goes down looking. And that'll bring up the first out. But it brings up Giselle Tankersley, who leads the team in batting average. And fouls that one off. Oh, 1 pitched, a little too high there. One ball, 1 strike. That one too high. Brings up ball 2. Two ball, 1 strike with 1 out. 12-7. Too high that time again, ball 3. This one in, strike 2. So Cole finding the zone there. Three twos slapped over to second. In for out number 2. Runners will advance though. And here is Mylan Pemberton. That one in, strike 1. Both runners in scoring position. Swung on, or not swung on, just delivered for strike 2. That'll bring up the 0-2 count with 2 outs. Swung on, grounded to short, can't hold on to it. And out at third. And I think we'll have to take that run away. So good idea and good awareness there from Chat State. Send that over to third. Wouldn't have made it to first in time. But nonetheless, the lead stays where it's at. 12-7. We get ready for the top of the 6th when we come back here on the Game Time Sports Network. And we welcome you back here on the Game Time Sports Network. In there. That one was a bit questionable there. That looked like a prime strike right there, and it was called ball one. An interesting call from the umpire there. 1 ball, no strike. Up high, ball two. Just a bit interesting there on the call. I mean, 2 ball, no strike in the top of the 6th. Inside, ball 3. Three ball, no strike. In there, strike 1. This one hits Howard on the foot as it gets back to her. And that will put the runner safe at first. And that's not good because he got Howard on the plant foot that she uses to pitch, which is her left. And, you know, maybe have to walk it out a little bit or... And we will see what happens or what Coach Carroll wants to do. And they're going to go ahead. They're going to see if she can still continue. And they're going to let her play. They're going to let her play on. So she's made it this far. So, I mean, why not let her play on and at least finish the inning if you don't want to risk her getting hurt anymore. Just, you know, pull her out for the 7th inning, I guess. And in there, strike 1. No ball, 1 strike. And Bland's popping up real quick, making sure the runner doesn't go over at first. Got a nice breeze going now. 1 ball, 1 strike here on the board. No outs. Chat State looking to close the deficit of this 13-7 lead. So that run did. And this one hits. Hits Hallie. That one hits Hallie Ueberith, who took that one to the face. She seems to be okay. But now that one delivered for strike 1. This one in there, strike 2. No ball, 2 strike. Swung on, fouls it away. And off the plate there, ball 1. The 1-2 count. Swung on, fouls it away again. 1 ball, 2 strike. Swung on, grounded to second. Tags her, and safe at second. And this one's going to be discussed because it looked like Howard tagged the runner going to second, which is totally okay to do. And umpires are going to discuss this. They're going to see what they decide. I thought she was out, but it's called safe. So it'll load the bases. And now that just brings up Allie Fleck, who homered a little while ago. That pitch delivered for ball 1. This pitch in there, strike. One ball, 1 strike. Too high. Ball 2. Two ball, 1 strike pitch. And that one, strike 2. Outside, ball 3. Full count pitch outside. Brings a run across and keeps the bases loaded. So a 5-run lead, 13-8. Ball 1 there on that pitch. That one too high. Ball 2. Two ball, no strike. 3 pitches, 3 balls. Outside, and another run's going to come across. A 4-pitch walk. No outs on the board either for Chat State. So Rosano will step in. And time called by the Lady Cougars. Howard in the jam here. I think just a little coaching tip here. So Rosano steps back in. Down low. One ball, no strike. Inside. Ball two. Two ball, no strike. Inside, there you go, strike one. So the 2-1. The 2-1 delivery. Swung on high into center field. Hauled in, runner's tag. And they're going to be safe. There's one across. And that will bring up the first out. So finally, a little bit of good news there for Cleveland State to get an out there. And it'll bring up Taylor Sherwood, who will step up to the dish. Both two runners in scoring position. Looks at that pitch for strike one. So it's a 3-run lead. Up high. Ball one. That one in. Ball two there. So one out. And strike two. So that'll even the count at 2 apiece. Too high that time. Brings the count to full. The full count. 3 ball, 2 strike. This one grounded over to short. Sends it over to first for out number 2. But a run does come across. Halts a runner at second. 1 out at first. But it cuts it to a 2-run deficit. Downstairs for ball one. One ball, no strike. And ball two. The 2-0 pitch. That goes for ball 3. And strike 1 there. Down low for ball 4. It's going to be a walk. And that means the tying runs on at first. And the go-ahead coming to the plate. And it is Salem Odell, center fielder for the Lady Tigers. Upstairs, ball 1. And strike 1 there. That ball gets fouled away. So 2 outs, the 1-2 pitch, soon to be. Outside for ball 2. The 2-2 pitch, and ball 3. So 3 ball, 2 strike. I didn't think the batter went far enough to be told that she went to swing, so I do respect that call there. And that's going to be ball 4. Bases loaded. And it brings in Cameron Radley. Down low for ball 1. One ball, no strike. In for strike 1. Trying to test the runner at third. Inside, ball 2. Here's the 2-1, popped up. Still a chance to go grab it, and nobody's gonna be able to get there. Foul ball. So, Radley will step back at the dish. 2 ball, 2 strike. Down low, ball 3. The bags are loaded. Swung on foul. Three-two pitch. Downstairs for a ball four, and that's another walk, and now it's just a one-run game. And now the left-handed batter, Ebereth, who will step up to the dish. In for strike one. 13-12. That is outside, ball one. One ball, one strike. Swung on in the infield. Young losing it. It goes foul. Jayla Young losing that one in the sun. So one ball, one strike. One ball, two strike. Doesn't go. Ball two. An even 2-2. Swung on. Gets through. That run comes across. And another one comes across. And that'll give Chattanooga the one-run lead. And now it will be the end of Howard's game here as she's being relieved. Player coming in for her is number 8. That is Reagan Frakes from Lawrenceburg, Tennessee. She went to Lawrence County High School. And Frakes, who she has a 3.68 ERA, 13 strikeouts on the year. And she will be the one to probably end this game. This ball's popped up in the infield and pulled in by Heidi Johnson to end the inning. So Cleveland State only trailing by 1, entering the bottom of the 6th. We'll come right back here on the Game Time Sports Network. And we welcome you back here on the Game Time Sports Network. It's Lily Griffiths. She leads off the bottom of the sixth for the Lady Cougars, and she hits this one out into left, but hauled in by the left fielder, Kennedy Hedrick. And now it'll bring up Jayla Young. The good thing for Cleveland State, they get to bat last. Home field advantage. Inside there for ball one. One ball, no strike. Swung on high into left. Pulls it in foul territory. Hedrick again. And that'll be a quick out, number 2. Now Heidi Johnson. That pitch, it was in there for ball 1. Inside, that one's strike 1. And that one hits Johnson. So she will go to first. And now you have Ella Blancett, the catcher, here with the 2 outs. She would be the go-ahead run, and Heidi Johnson would be the tying run. Watches it go downstairs for ball 1. One ball, no strike. Inside there, ball 2. In there, strike 1. That was a good pitch there. Two ball, 1 strike. Swung on. Strike 2. Down low, ball 3 now. Swung on the strikeout. And that'll be out number 3. So no runs for Cleveland State. They got to get a quick 3 outs here to try to have a chance to stay alive. They only trail by 1, 14-13, where Chat State leads. We'll come back here on the Game Time Sports Network. And we welcome you back here on the Game Time Sports Network, where the Lady Cougars trail the Lady Tigers of Chat State here in this what has been a very offensive game. Frakes fires, delivers for ball one. Where we are in the top of the seventh. One ball, no strike. Down low, ball two. That one, strike one. That one in, ball three that time. So now a 3-1 count. Down low, ball four. That's going to be a walk. And that will put Frakes delivers this one in. Ball one, though. One ball, no strike. High that time, ball two. Three ball, no strike. Too high. That's another walk. Ball four in the top of the seventh. And that's strike one. Good pitch delivery there. Got a runner in scoring position. This one popped up into right field. Perry saddles under it. And the runners will tag and advance. But an out on the board. Frakes sends that one and hauled in for out number 2. Jensen pulling that one in. Two runs, and Cleveland State wins the ball game if they get a third out and score in the bottom of the 7th. One ball, no strike. Down low that time. Ball 2. That one downstairs. Ball 3. 3 balls, no strike. You gotta have the third out here. And that's another walk. So a 4-pitch walk. Ball 1 there. Downstairs again in the dirt, ball 2. The 2-0 pitch. Upstairs that time for ball 3. In there, ball 4. And that will give Chattanooga the 2-run lead. So now, with the bases still loaded, downstairs, ball 1. Freaks in there. Gets that one for strike 1. Grounded to second. Can't hold on to it. And safe at first. And Chat State brings another run across where the bases will stay loaded. Now it's a 3-run game. Hit in the left, and it goes foul. One and one. The 0-1 swung on, fouls behind the plate. In there, ball 1. In there, ball 2 now. Even count. Swung on, lined over to short for the third out, and that will finally bring the top half of the inning to an end, where Cleveland State has a chance to win it. They need 4 runs to win it, 3 to tie it, or to send it into extra, and we'll get ready for the bottom of the 7th when we return here on the Game Time Sports Network. Welcome back here on the Game Time Sports Network, where we have Miley Howard leading off the bottom of the 7th. Looks at that one, gets hit by the pitch on the first pitch there. And that will already give Cleveland State a good start to the bottom half of the inning, where they can win it with 4 runs, tie it with 3, or 3 outs will end the game. So Chat State looking to get a quick 3 up and 3 down, and then get to this next game. In for strike 1. Grounded. Runner safe over at first, as Rossano could not field the ball properly. And now that's 2 runners on. Coble delivers to Perry for ball 1. 1 ball, no outs yet. Perry looks at that one for strike 1. This one bunted. Perry not going to get there, but does advance the runners, and that will be the first out for Chat State to try to end this first game, which is pushing a mere 3 hours. A very long game offensively, and that is going to be safe. No, calls are out at first. A run came across, though. And they're going to stick with it. So out number 2. Tankersley was the one that was batting. Thought she got there. So now that pitch in for ball 1. So Pemberton steps back in, lets that one go in the dirt for ball 2. Pemberton's the tying run. And a quick word from the coach. Chat State 2 outs on the board in this game. Pemberton going back to the dish. 2 balls, no strike. A runner on third for Cleveland, and the tying run at the plate. Up high, ball 3. Three ball, no strike. In there, that one is a strike 1. Down in the zone for strike 2. Three ball, 2 strike. Down low, ball 4. And that'll be a walk. That'll put the runners on the corners. Lily Griffiths. Runners on the corners, 16-14. Griffiths calls time. Griffiths settles back in. That pitch inside for ball 1. One ball, no strike. Swung on, fair ball. No, called foul, actually. Rossano tried to haul that one in. One ball, no strike. Down low. Excuse me, the 1 strike off that foul ball. The go-ahead run is at the plate. The tying run over at first. Called a strike on the outside edge. The umpire needs to dust off that plate a little bit because it's covered in dirt. 2 ball, 2 strikes. Swung on into right field. Not gonna be hauled in. It was in foul territory anyways. And some fan. That was a good response from the umpire. The ball was in foul territory. I mean, just because you go to make the play out in foul territory and the player touches it in foul territory doesn't make it a fair ball. A good response from the umpire there. I do respect it. And so a foul ball. So Griffiths. It was a well-hit ball. The right fielder out there who is Layla Turner. She was the one trying to get out there and pull it in. Just couldn't grasp it. Swung on. Dribbled. And put out for the end of this first game, where Chat State rallies down 8 and wins by 2, 16-14. The final score of this first matchup. We get ready for the second game here in about 30 to 45 minutes.